Kailaji? Okay. Can all you hear me? If you cannot hear me, raise your hand. There may be some problem with the, yes, you can hear me. Okay. Let's start then. Let me just expand this. Okay. Swagatam. So today is July 10th, 2010. July Masasya Dashamaha Dinankaha. This is the class number 81. Ekashiti Tamaha Vargaha. Ramo Rajamanis Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Bhaje Ramena Bhiyata Nishachara Chamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Raman Nasti Parayanam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham Rame Chittalaya Sada Bhautame Bho Rama Muddhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane Sri Rama Nama Varanana Onnameti Athamaheshwar Sutrani Ayan Rilrak Ayong Ayauch Hayavarat Lan Nyamangananam Jabanj Garadash Jabagaradash Kapha Cha 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 Tav Kapai Shashasar Hal Timashra Sutrani. Okay. So what I'm going to do today is, first thing, let's take one sutram. First of all, Kailashi, do we need a backup recording? I think I can make Ravi as a organizer. Okay. So Ravi, you're an organizer now. Okay, Ravi, can you hear me? I think you can speak also whenever you want.
Satishji, I cannot record.
You cannot record. Oh, it's okay. I think Kailash is recording, though I cannot hear him though. I think he's recording, but yes. But
I'm on a Mac, so I cannot record.
Okay, that's okay. So first thing I'm going to do today is take one sutram in the Sandhi Vyakaranam, which you have not seen before. This sutram is not in Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi also, but it has application in Gita, other places also. So that is this, what you're seeing on the screen, Sharpare Visarjaniyaha. This is number 8335, Sharpare Visarjaniyaha. I put in the blue highlight because that was the color scheme we had used before. Purvanusarena, as for before we had used. So now if you look at 8335, Sharpare Visarjaniyaha, it's an interesting sutram because Anuvritti of Khari is coming down for that. So of Khari is coming down for that. So Sharpare Visarjaniyaha is after Visarjaniyasya Saha. After that comes Sharpare Visarjaniyaha. The meaning of that is that, in fact, I've given here in the Vritti for you, is Sharpare Khari. If you have a conjunct, which is the Pratama Varna is the Kar, Ditiya Varna is Shar. If you have a hard consonant followed by the Shar, Sha, Sa in a conjunct, in that case, what happens is that the prior Visargaha stays as it is. Visarjaniyasya Visarjaniya Adeshaha Bhavati. It's kind of strange, sounds strange, because then Atra Prayojanam Kim, what's the use of this doing the Visarjaniyasya Visarjaniya Adeshaha? Is that Anyat Karyam na Sambhavati. There's no other rule can overrule this, because Vachana Samarthyal, because Visarjaniya stays Visarjaniya. By saying that, Panini is signaling that don't apply other rules. So rules like this, Visharniya Saha, of course, will not be coming. But not only that, even the later rule, which is the Kuppo Kafaucha, that 8337 also will not give the Vikalpena Jivha Muli Athva Upadmani Adeshapina Bhavati. So that is one rule. Now this how does that? Let's take the example in the Gita. Is that Rishayaha Kshina Kalmashaha. Let's inaugurate Gita. It is the 25th shloka in Panchamadhyaya. what happens is that actually in this, because Visarga is pronounced Visarga itself, I put you in the notes over here that it is as if there's a full stop, viramaha, after Visarga. So you should think of it like that. So when you say Rishayaha Kshina Kalmashaha, we start with Rishayas, the usual Yatha Purvam, Sasajusho Ruho, then Upadesya Junanasika It Karvasani or Visarjaniyaha. And then normally we would have had the Kupoha Kafaucha, we have had the Vikalpena Jivha Mulya Adeshaha. That does not happen here. Visarga stays as Visargaha. So that is the reason why it is pronounced like there is a virama after the Rishayaha. So Rishayaha Kshina Kalmashaha. That's the way it should be pronounced. It has few examples in Gita. If you look at, for example, the Mantra Pushpam book and all that, which is very popular, you see a comma after that. So in the Rudram it comes in a couple of places, and so you see a comma after that Visargaha, and then followed by Ksha. Now Ksha is one of the most common example, because to find a Khar Shar conjunct is not very easy. So Mahoni etadrishani sanyukta vyanjanani na santi. So there will be not many of them who will have this kind of form. So the most common letter is Ksha. In fact, Gita only Ksha. Even Rudram and most other places, there is Ksha is 99% will be Ksha only. There are words like Saruhu, Ta, Sa, Sanyoga is there. I think there's Pa, Sa, Sanyoga is there, but very rare words those are. Ksha is very common. So that is the rule. So let's go to Gita. So I think some of people had asked this question as to which rule this is. What we are doing in this class is that we're taking the Ashtadhyayi Sutra, which have Gita examples, and we're taking the most common examples. We're not taking all of them. So whichever is left out, you can ask questions, you can post, and we'll take them also. So let's go to chapter 5. In fact, one time we had this Gita chanting competition, Gita Patana Spardha. At that time, we had decided whoever knows this rule will get the first prize. Tasya Utkrishta Samana Syat. But unfortunately, nobody came. It's not their fault. They were not, Vyakarana Chhatraha. But so some people, you can, when you're chanting, you will know who is chanting well according to Vyakarana Niyama Anusarena. And this is one place that you can check it out. Is Navante Brahmadirvanam Vishayaha Kshina Kalmashaha Chindadvaidhayatatmanah Yatatmanah Sarabhuta Hiterataha. So this is the place, and particularly when inside a Padaha, Padantari, when it is Padantari, when it comes inside there, then it's becomes more significant. Between the two padas, there is a Naisargika Viramaha. It's a natural stop is there. But inside a pada when it comes, Rishayaha Kshina Kalmashaha, Rishayaha Kshina Kalmashaha. And what does the rule say? When you've done the Karavasana Visarjaniyaha and followed by the Khar Shar Sanyogaha. In this case it is Ka and Murdhanya Sha Sanyogaha. In that case, Visarjaniyasya Visarjaniya Adeshaha. So Anyat Karyam Nabhavati, which stays as it is. One more place in Gita before we move on. 12th chapter. Samudukha Sukha Kshami. Adveshta Sarabhutana Maitra Karunevacha. Vimodirhankaras. Samudukha Sukha Kshami. I think it's 12th chapter, around number 12, which this sutra shloka is there. I hope all of you are practicing these rules. Otherwise, we're going at a pretty fast pace. We already done almost 100 rules we have done. So it's 12th chapter number 13, Samudukha Sukha Kshami. The same thing. We have this, as I say, in the Gita, only example is Ksha. No other example. So the moment you say, we can keep it a simple rule for now. You see Visarga followed by Ksha. Then it is Visarjaniyasya Visarjaniya Adesha. Because that's the Sharpare Visarjaniya is a sutram. We will start our document also. And practice, that's the only way you have to practice. Then when you practice a lot, you'll get the apavadas also, and you can also hopefully teach others, teach somebody else. Okay, this is the last time rules, so I put okay, so if you start today, Arambha, put, so Gita number 12th adhyaya number 13. So sama dukkha sukha kami. Sama dukkha sukha and kami. Okay, so that's the example in Gita. 12.13. Okay, so let us that is the one rule we have not taken. I think most of the rules I think we have done, but you can also check it out. And if there are any missing that we cannot do, if we cannot do Padanta Sandhi in the Gita, please post a question, and we will resolve it. Or if you need some other rule, we will do that. Yes, Vasu.
Satish ji.
Yes.
Non-technical thing. You wanted us to remind you about the date.
July 10th, right? 2010.
Yeah, July 10th. You wanted
oh yeah,
us to
I did announce. Okay, I'll do one more time. July 10, 2010. This is class number 81. Ekashiti Tamaha Vargaha. 81, 81st class. Thank you.
You wanted to type that, I think.
Yes. You mean I didn't put the date. I'm sorry, I didn't put it here. Okay, okay. I'm sorry. Yes. Actually, you know what? This document has a name on it, so it's a July 10 document. So each one has a different document. I can put it here also. I can put it here. This is not Subandha Prakriya anymore. We took a small gap over here. Khandanam Asit. Subandha Prakriya Khandanam Asit. It was a small break, but okay. Yatha Suchitam, July 10th, 2010. Okay. So please practice these examples on Gita. I mean, we don't have time in this class to practice. If you practice, you'll go too slow. And if you don't practice, you forget these rules. So I don't know what the solution to that is. If I was going to ask Karthik, is Karthik there? Karthik?
Yes, Satishji.
I have a suggestion for you. If you have the time, I wanted to ask you before the class, but I didn't want to put you on the spot. But can you post one example per day for the class? Any one example of the sutra which you have done so far?
Yeah,
sure. People they can just practice, even if you can do Sasajushoru, who start simple, Sandhi rules, Adgunaha, Ikoinachi, Atobisa Ais, simple things. But so everybody in the class will get one example per day.
Okay.
And apply at least one or two rules, but do them in detail, so how the Ghi Sanya comes, Achake, any one. So it will be like, tip of the day, example of the day. So all of you should try to follow that. And if you don't follow, of course it will be pretty clear, but if you don't follow, just post a question. Because my fear is that bhayam jayate abhyasana vartate chhatranam. So abhyasam vina sutranam vismaranam bhavedeva. Without practice, you will definitely forget these rules. Because now we're doing 100 rules we've already done so far, almost, by the end of this class. That's a lot of rules. That's a lot. We're going at a good pace. So within 2 or 3 years, you should be the level where you can learn on your own and teach others also. So is that okay, Karthik?
Yes, sure, Satishji. I'll post one example.
You can try just one example per day, if possible. If not, you can always, okay. But I mean, as far as possible, any simple example, not more than 4 or 5 lines, 5, 6 lines. People can, take a simple Sandhi rule. So far, I've only done Sandhi and Subandha, all we have done so far.
Mm-hmm.
So, we can, even if you want to take Marsha Sutrani and post a simple example, that's also okay. So anything simple, but, shouldn't take more than 2-3 minutes or 5 minutes for somebody's time, per day.
Yeah, sure. I'll post it.
Okay, thank you. So that will be very useful for the group. So all of you, please follow the example. Of course, how much time you have, I don't know. But at least in the weekend, if you can catch up and, practice these rules and post questions if you don't understand. Okay, so thank you, Karthik. Because otherwise, this class is going to go too slow or we will lose sight of the sutras. So let's continue now where we left off last time. So this is one sutra which you can include in your Visarga Sandhi Prakaranam, which we had not done before, but question was asked, so we have to do that. That's good. That's a good thing. Let's continue one now with the Ikaranta Ajanta. So Ikaranta Pullinga Subandha Prakriya. And now we're going to do only one form we're going to derive today. I know we're going to derive only one form, which is saka. And that comes in chapter 11. So why am I taking this example? Because you're going to learn a lot of rules, Sanya Sutrani, there could be some paribhashas also, which are going to be useful later. So even though we will see only one form today, how to derive the form saka. We'll give you the practice of how to form the form. Of course, you can memorize it and say, the prathama ekvachanam pullinge sakhi shabdasya sakha iti vartate. You can take it as it is. But you can appreciate the Paninian way, how he does it, and the steps which are taken. And we will use the rules many times going forward. So, paschat labha anubhuyeta. You will experience the advantage of these rules. Okay, where is this coming in Gita? I'll give you a heads up on that. This is how, by the way, Siddhanta Kaumudi goes. He targets one form. Who is he? Means Bhattuji Dikshita. He targets one form. Always good to keep your eyes on what form is being targeted next, and why these rules are being taken to get to that form. So right now we're trying to get to a destination is to the word saka. So we'll start up from here, which I think everybody in the class should now be comfortable with, is the first step, which is sakhi plus su. So sakhi iti pratipadikam, and then su just the sutrena, su pratyaya, because that's the vivaksha of the vaktuhu. Vaktur vivaksha vartate. Prathamayah ekavachane pullinge. So let us start with that. So let us take sakhi and plus su, plus sakhi and su. Okay. So now let us see what all sutras we need. Of course, one sutra we already know is Upadesha Arjuna Nasika It. That's going to come. If we're going to use it, we can even use it now, but let's keep it for the time being, because I want to keep the pratyaya su as it is. So we'll be clear to apply some rules. Okay, where is it in Gita? Let's go to, it's in chapter 11:44. Saketi matta prasabanyuktam yaduktam he Krishna he Yadava he saketi. Ajanata mahimananta vedam maya pramarat pranayena vapi. So what I may have said out of disrespect, out of love, saying, oh, you are my friend, or something like that. Saketi matta prasabanyuktam. Forcefully what I may have said. He Krishna he Yadava he saketi. So please forgive all of that. Is it 44? Well, one more is here. Okay. There's another. This is. Oh, we can take this one also. Pite putrasya sakheva sakhiho, sakha iva sakhiho. Priyah priyayar hasideva sodham. So you got to forgive what I have done, just like a father forgives the offense of his son, or the friend of a friend. Similarly, or the beloved of his lover. So similarly, you got to forgive my offense. So sakha iva, of course, adgunaha sakheva. So let us take that form. Now, what is the first sutram that is given here? If we apply the rules that we know so far, then we will get the form harihi or like sakhihi. But there must be an apavada for that. So otherwise, we'll end up with the form harihi. So let us see what we need. Now, the sutram is anangsau. 7th chapter is angasyadikara. Angasyadikara means that you already applied some rule in chapter 3, 4, or 5, and you got the prakriti, you got the pratyaha, and now you're doing the interaction between the base and the affix. That's called angasyadikara. It's from chapter 6 in the 4th pada. So, Shashtasya Adhyayasya Chaturtha Padasya Pratamam Sutram Vartate Angasyati Adhikaroyam. So it goes up to the end of the 7th chapter. Saptamasya Adhyayasya Chaturthasya Padasya Samapti Paryantam. That's where it goes up to. So it goes up to the 4th quarter of the 7th Adhyaya. Now we're in 7.1. So we, of course, we have the pratyaya su, which we got in by the sutram su of just, etc. So we'll put here 412. Let's put the number. See, no prajapadikam can be used until it's declined. So there is a famous thing, apadam na prayunjita. Apadam na prayunjita. One should not use something which is not a padam, and suptingantam padam. Like in Hindi we say Ram bola, Ram ne ka kiya. So this in Sanskrit we should not say that. Say Ramaha abravit, Ramena kim kritam. So apadam na prayunjita. So here immediately, because this is Nitya Karyam, the 412 sutram which we have seen previously, is nya pratipadikat, and then immediately su avjas. Tatra vikalpaha nasti. Avashyam kartavyam. Nya pratipadika. Moment you have pratipadikam, immediately after that, Panini puts the sutram 412, as the case may be, yatha vivaksha. So just some more. These have to be used even after avyas. Avyas will take avyas af supa supluk, but still they are subantas. This language there are only two kinds of words: tingantam padam atva subantam padam. Titiya paryana asti. There is no third choice. So they have to be. So if you talk about noun adjectives, including indeclinables, they all have to take one of these 21. Okay. Talk about Tingan the Prakya we're not done yet. Hopefully next year we'll get to that. There are 21 of these. There are 18 of those. Ting. So every word in this language has to end in one of these 39. Every single word has to be ended in one sup or a ting. Ting pratyaya. So these are very imperative to know these well and try to identify them. Okay. So anangsau. Let us see what the vritti of this anangsau is that. Now it says sakyuhu. This is for a single pratipadikam sakhi. Sakyuhu is a shashti of sakhi, which we will see next time because we won't have time today. But sakyuhu is shashti of sakhi. Now we should have had sakhehe, but instead it becomes sakyuhu. Sakyuhu anangasya, sakyuhu angasya, anangadesho asambuddhau sau. If you have the pratyaya su, which is not in the sense of sambuddhi, ekavachanam sambuddhi, so which is sambodhane, in the sense of address, which we don't have right now. It is not he sakhe. It is in the sense saka iva. So it's pratama ekavachanam, not asambuddhau. Sambuddhau asambuddhau sau. Ananga adesha bhavati. When you say adesha, immediately the first thing which will flash in your mind is alontyasya. Alontyasya, alontyasya. And adesha can only take the place of the last letter of the term to which it is prescribed. Alontyasya. But immediately when you hear the word adesha, say alontyasya. It should come out of your mouth immediately. Alontyasya. 1152. 1152, which we have seen before. 1152. That's a paribhasha sutram. Paribhasha means it doesn't do anything on its own. It just tells you how to apply other rules. It clarifies the operation of other rules. It sets the operational rules. This operational rule means how to apply the ashtadhyayi. So it says alontyasya. So this adesha is alontyasya. But then there was apavada also we saw is anekalshit sarvasya. Anekalshit sarvasya. If it's an anekal adesha, anekal means that what? More than one letter. So al is any letter. So more than one letter. And sarvasya bhavati. Sarvasya sthaninaha. So in place of the entire sthani, it comes in. So it takes the entire place. So if you do that, now in our case, one more important, always a reminder, is that before deciding what is ekal, what is anekal, what is ajadi, what is halali, what is halantyam, what is ajantam, you immediately remove the it letters. Okay, so only after it letters are removed. So after that, you decide what is ekach, anekach, or ajadi, all the varna dharma. We take them after the itlopanantaram. After the itlopa, after only you take. So what do we have right now? We have the adesha anang. Anang, I think by this time all of you know the it vidhayaka sutrani. So halantyam upadeshajana nasika it. Anubandha lope an avashishyate. Only the an is left. Now an has, dvav alav vartete. We have the a karaha nakarascha. So your a and na. Two alls are there. So this is anekala adesha. And what is the sthani? Sthani is the place of the operation, is the pratipadikam itself, and that is the word sakhi. So if you take that, then the entire sakhi will be replaced. Sarvasya adesha syat. Anishtam khalu. We don't want that. We don't want that to happen. So then what do we do now? Is the next sutram we have to put back the alontyasya in some way. So sutram is nitya. Nitya. One more lesson is that the moment you have an it letter, always try to answer the question, Asya itaha prayojanam kim? What is the use of this it letter? Every it has a prayojanam. Sometimes kvachit, prayojanam vina it sanyana samadhanam bhavati, because this it has no prayojanam. According to the sutrams given in the say 1.3, Upadesha Nunasikat and all those sutrams, you may have it sanya also. But kvachit prayojanam vina is sanya nivaryate. It is is sanya not given. So here this is an adesha. This has no as an it. So the prayojanam of this it letter is that you can see it right here. Asya prabhava sampratam drishyate. You can see the effect of that. Sutram nicha. If you look at alontyasya, we had sutram 1152. Now nicha is 1153. In the uttaravarti sutram, anantaram sutram. Next one. So what it says, nit anekalapi antyasya eva syat. So nit adesha anekalapi, even though it has more than one al, antyasya eva sthane syat, it will come in the place of the ending letter only. We need that. With this an adesha, even though it has more than one al, anekal adesha, the antyasya eva asmakam udarane ikarasya sthane eva bhavati. It will be only in the place of the last letter E of Sakhi, and not for the entire sthani Sakhi, only for the Antya. So we can remember this, that next time you see an Adesha. So Yasmin Adeshe Nakaraha Vrittate Itrupena Saha Adesha Anekalapi Antyasya Eva Allah Sthane Bhavati. So this is, we will see sometime, just a quick example. We see ring adesha, which is not first for today. But just to give a quick example, which you will see, like for example, kriyate, dhriyate, in this passive form, adesha is ring. And the ring is another one, where we have the nga adesha as an adesha, which has nga as an it. So that also will take place in dhatu kri becomes kriyate, becomes ring adesha. So this is the ring. Ring is there, ring also. So 7428 is the ring adesha. So there will be see some of these more as we go along. That's what I'm saying. We're doing this all the long way today. You learn to use these rules, which you can, which you will be using many times over. So nicha. Okay. So what do we have right now? We have sakhi plus su, and that if you break it down, khandashaha lekhanam. You have sakhi sat su pratyaha. So this was, and then we are going to apply the sakha plus an plus su. So we have used the 793 anangsau and nicha. It's an apavada for the anekashit sarvasya. Anekashit sarvasya iti sutrasya apavadaha. This is the one. Okay, so now what do we need now? So I put the example down here. Sakhi plus su, sak, I, su, sak, an, su. That's what we have. And in the an, we have used the halantyam upadesha jananasika it. Remove it. Now what we have, what our next target is that we want to make the upada dirgha. We want to make the penultimate letter of sak, we want to make it sak. Sorry, we want to make this one, I'm sorry. We want to make it sakha. Penultimate letter of this sakhan. I'll take it back. So the sakhan angam which we have, for that the penultimate letter is the we want to make it sakhan. So in order to do that, we need to first define what is upada. Upada simply means the penultimate letter. But we have there is a sanya sutram for that. Sanya sutram for that is alon tyat purva upada. These are very simple sutras. This is sugamani sutrani. So it's very easy to understand. So there's nothing but if you just, because antyad alaha purvaha. Antya means ending. Antyad alaha purva panchami. So prior to the ending letter, whatever there is, purva varnaha. The letter which is prior to the ending letter. So that's all what this means. It's a letter which is prior to purvaha, prior to the ending letter. upada sanya. So tasya upada sanya bhavati. It has a sanya of upada. So in English we already have a word called penultimate, which already means the same thing. It's the one before the last. The penultimate letter is called upada. So now in this example that we have the angam of sakan. So sakan plus su when we have the upada of the term sakan is the akara. The nakara purvavarti akara. It is the akara prior to na gets the sanya upada. So why do we need that? We need that to apply the next rule, which is coming one below this one. We need one more sanya. We need to define one more sanya. Again, I don't want to feel discouraged. Nirutsaha ma bhut. Don't feel discouraged. So many rules to get one form. This will pay great dividend going. I keep on reminding you. This pay you great dividend going forward. Not only that, these terms like upadha, etc., nichya will be used in not only in subanta prakaranam. It will also use in tinganta prakaranam sarvatra prayojanam asti. Itesham sanya sutranam. Everywhere they will have use. Okay, so it will be a good building block. So it's like doing, when you do mathematics, addition, subtraction, they use everywhere, So we are kind of at that stage right now. So sudanapumsakasya. What is this sutram doing now? It's again a sanya. Look, we are in the first chapter here, over here. We are 1.143. So 1.1 is only sanya sutram it will be. So it will be sanya paribhasha, that kind of sutram it will be. So swadi panchavachanani sarvanamasthana sanyani syuhu aklibasya suraklibasya. Means that is swadi panchavachanani. The 5 terms beginning with su. So which are they? Su, au, just, out. This is a sutram by 412. We have a long sutram which is given the 21. Ekavimshati pratyaha nirdishtaha. The 21 have been given. So teshu pratama pancha pratyaha. Pratamaha pancha pratyaha. The aditaha from the beginning, pancha pratyaha. 5 from the beginning, which is su, au, just, out. They get the designation of sarvanamassthanam. But anupumsakasya, as long as the angam, the prakriti, is not kleba. Kleba is not neuter. Okay, there's a typo. Yes, thank you. The typo. Thank you. I will correct this. This is a PDF document. I will not be able to correct it here, but I will correct it here. Okay, yes, thank you. Suraklivasya. That's correct. This is with syuh. Syuh is the vidiling prayoga of dhatu as. Okay. I'll post this document after. If you see any typos, please let us know. This is vritti. Okay. So I will do it here. Okay, so this is what it should be. It should be swadi panchavachanani sarvanamasthani syuh syuraklibasya suhu aklibasya, of course asajushoruhu, so syuraklibasya. Okay, yeah, thank you. There's a typo in this PDF document. I will correct that and post list, which should be syuraklibasya. Thank you. Okay, so now we got the second sanya which we did. Now let us look at the sutra for anuvritti of this. There are only 2 sutras which define sarvanamassthanam. 142 and 43. This is the second rule which you're doing at 43. Anuvritti comes down from the prior rule, 1142, which is Shi Sarvanamassthanam. So which you don't need right now because that will only be by default. By default, it will be only for the Napumsakalinga. So if you have a Kliva Mangam, then only we will have this Shi Sarvanamassthanam. So Sarvanamassthanam is defined by 2 rules. 1142, 1143. Right now we need only 43 because we don't have a neuter form. That's why. So Shi Sarvanamassthanam Sudanapumsakasya means that the Shi, which is actually we have not done this yet, that is the neuter plural form. That is where we get the Sarvanamasthanya for the Pratya Shi. The Shi is an Adesha for just and shas in the Napumsake, in the neuter. But that one, of course, that also tells you that 1142 we'll only apply the neuter because the shi pratyaya anyatha na sambhavati. It is not possible otherwise. So remaining, of course, Parni says trunapumsakasya. So remaining, if it's not neuter, then the first 5 will become take the sarvanama sthanam. One precaution here is that it's very confusing because sarvanama shabdaha is a pronoun. Sarvanama shabdaha is sarvanama sthanam. Sarvanama sthanam is pratyayasya sanya. It is sanya for the pratyaya. But sarvanama shabdaha, when we say it is sarvadini sarvanamani, it will be right here in the same first chapter. You have sarvadini sarvanamani. So these are pratipadikam, which are pronouns in English, what we call pronouns. Sarvanamani. The sarvanama sthanam is the sanya for the pratyaya. And we just went through it. It is in the neuter, the prathama atva ditya bhuvachana pratyaya atva panchavachanani aditaha pullinge atva strilinge in the masculine or the feminine, non-neuter. Okay, so then using that sutram, we can now see that when we have the example sakan plus su, the su pratyaya, because the saki pratipadikam was not in the pumsaka pratipadikam, so therefore that gets the sarvanama sthana sanya. The pratyaya gets sarvanama sthana sanya. Okay, now we're ready to apply the next rule. Sarvanama sthane cha sambuddhau. Sarvanama sthane cha sambuddhau. Now, you see now why we require these two sanyas. We may define two sanyas. One is what is sarvanama sthanam and what is upadha. What is sarvanama sthanam and what is upadha. These rules we have to define these two sanyas because this one says nantasya means nakarantasya. Nakarantasya upadhayaha dirghaha asambuddhau sarvanama sthane. Again, we are in Angasya Adhikara 648. So, Nantasya Upadhaya Dirgho Sambuddhau Sarvanama Sthane. If you have a pratipadikam ending in na, pratipadikam ending in na. Now you can say that, how will this pratipadikam ending in na? Because we had the pratipadikam sakhi. We did the adesha of anang. Now we got sakhan. So, pratipadika nakara asti vanava. So, then there is a paribhasha for that also, which says that ekadesha vikritam ananyavat. That this thing is also the pratipadikam. Even though we had saka to begin with, sakhi to begin with, sakhan is also a pratipadikam. And the adesha was made for the ikara of the pratipadikam. So this is a nakaranta pratipadikam now. Adesha dvarena nakaranta pratipadikam. So sakhan, even though sakhi was not, now sakhan is a nakaranta pratipadikam. And in this case angam. Tasyupadhayaha dirgha bhavati asambuddhau. Sarvanama sthane asambuddhau. So now we have to, so sakan plus su we have. So su pratyasya sarvanama sthana sanya and the nakara purvavarti akarasya upadha sanya. The prior to na is upadha sanya and the su pratyaya sarvanama sthana sanya. Sarvam militva, when you take all that into consideration, we get the sakhan plus sa. So that was the reason why we took these two sanyas. What is sarvanama sthana and what is sarvanama sthanam and what is upadha. So we can apply this rule sarvanama sthane cha sambuddhau. So we get sakhan plus sa, sakhan plus sa. And now comes the next rule, which says that I think it seems kind of easy now. It should be easy. But to recall these rules afterwards will come by practice. Abhyasena griyate yatha Gita suktam bhagavata swayam. So he says, Lord says, abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagena cha griyate. Okay. Now before we get to the next rule, again we need one more sanya we need. The aprukta sanya. Aprukta ekal pratyayaha. Aprukta ekal pratyayaha. Ekal means it's single letter. Single letter. Ekal pratyayaha yaha. So prukta sanyaha syat. If you have pratyayaha which is ekal, then it gets the name aprukta. Dhatu pruch is, you have Kalidasa shloka, right? Vagartha viva samprukta. Vagartha viva samprukta. Parvati Parameshwarau. So Vagartha Viva Samprukta, Parvati Parameshwara. So they are mixed together, they are coupled together like Vaga and Artha, Parvati Parameshwara. So Aprukta means unmixed, means not joined with unjoined with anything else. Means single, Dhatu Prich, Aprukta. So he says Aprukta Ekbhashi Pratyaya. Aprukta is not anything unjoined. It should be Ekashu Pratyaya also. So in this Vyakarana Shastra, Pratyasya eva Aprukta Sanya Bhavati. So it is only a Pratyaya which is Ekal. It is Aprukta Sanya, Aprukta Ekal Pratyaya. So continue with the example which we have Sakhan plus Sa. The Sa is the Pratyaya is because we are in the Adhikara of Pratyaya Parascha. Pratyaya Parascha. That is the heart of the Ashtadhyaya. Ashtadhyaya Sarabhutaha Ayam Brihad Adhikaraha. This the Stambhabhutaha. It is like the pillar of Ashtadhyaya. Pillar is this one. Pratyaya Parascha. Everything revolves around this block. Pratyaya Parascha. Chapter 3, 4, 5. Where in the various meanings, various pratyas are added, vivideshu artheshu, vividha pratyah nirdishtaha, dhatoh paschat, and pratipadikadapi. So in the Tritiya Adhyaya, in the third Adhyaya, dhato iti adhikara vartate. So these all after dhatus, and 4 and 5 are after niya pratipadikad. Because of that, the pratyaya parashadhikara, the su of just is in 412, the su has pratyaya sanya. It is a pratyaya. And it is now become also aprukta. It's aprukta because the u is only an it by upadesha and anasika. It's the same thing here. But when you decide it's ekal, anekal, ajadi, haladi, so dharma pariksha, parikshatham prathamataha, itam lopaha kriyate. So you take all the its and remove them. So the u was an it, removed by that. So sakara, this sakara, which is of the pratyaya su, gets the aprukta sanya. Okay, and then we use that sanya for the next sutram. Hanyabhyo dirgha sutisya pruktam hal. Okay, it's a long sounding sutram which we don't need all of the things right now. So eka bhagaha, ekasya bhagasya eva prayojanamasti atra. Only one part of it we need right now, which is, let's look at the whole thing, but it's halantat param. So if you have following a consonant, following a term ending in a consonant, halantat param. Dirghau yau nyapo. This ni and ap are the feminine affixes. You say a word like gauri, it says abhamini, so kamini, this e, all is yogini, that's a ni, and ap for lata, sita, Rama, these are all ending in A, which you don't have right now. We don't have a feminine affix. We don't have a feminine pratipadikam at all right now. So ni and A can only possible only in striyam. So we don't have to worry about it right now. But if we did have that, then that also, they have to be long. So why you say long? They're already long because ni dirgha ikaraha, ap dirgha akaraha, kasmat karana dirgha iti uktam. Why should you say dirghat? Because they may become short by saying bahuvri, etc. If that happens, then you don't apply this rule. So just it's on the side. We don't need anything of any of these right now. Because we're not talking about feminine. We don't have ni or ap. But since you're saying sutram, we can mention it right now, is that the dirghat is mentioned because of the fact that in case they become short by any operation, then we don't have to apply this rule. Even though ni or ap might be there, but they become short, then this rule won't apply. Okay, so halantat param, which is what we need right now. If we had a term ending in a consonant, or dirghau yo niyapo, or the long ni or ap feminine affixes, tadanta chaparam, following that. So if we take the word nadi, we take the prathama ekvachanam, they become nadi plus su, and then of course upadesh arjuna nasika it, then sakarasya aprukta sanya, we use the same sutram. So if you can use the same sutram to get the prathama ekvachanam of Nadi and Rama, Devi and Sita, you can use the same rule you can use. We will be using the same rule. This is what I mean. When you learn these rules, when you go to Nadi Shabda or Devi Shabda or Lata Shabda, then we don't have to repeat this anymore. We know the prathama ekvachanam already of that, but the same rule. Okay, Su ti si apruktam hal. Okay. So what does this mean? That if it has to be a single letter consonant of su ti si, we would ask that su, of course, you can understand the u's, upadeshana and nasika it. Okay. How about the T and C? Where is the T and C are ending is not aprukta, because aprukta ekal pratyaya. They're also same thing. A sutram called itascha, which might remove that ikara of T or C. It becomes aprukta. Then you can apply this sutram after that. Tat paschat. Etasya sutrasya prapti. So even though T and C are not aprukta to begin with, they might become aprukta. And this T and C is coming in the verbal forms, not for us right now. Right now, all we need is this hal and tat. We don't need any of this right now. This ni, ab, we don't need. And we don't also need this dirghat right now, because if it's halanta, there cannot be no question of dirghat. So halam dirgha, dirghattam rasvattam nasambhavati. There's no point. So we only need this hal and tat. And we only need this one su. That's all. And even you don't even need this right now, because it's always aprukta. Pratyaya su, because the u is an it by upadeshajana nasika it. It'll always be sarvada aprukta eva. It'll always be aprukta only. So all we need is halantat, this su. Halantat su is what we need right now. But we need it afterwards. So these are, as I mentioned to you, these are the feminine affixes, ni and ap, as in the word Devi and Sita. Ni is this, of course, ni, the no is ended by the shakvatadjite. It's only the ikaraha vashishyate. And in ap, the pakara is in it by halantyam. So only e and r remain behind. And when those come, then falling there also this su will drop. And these are now verbal affixes, T and C. So they will not come after ni or ap. So ni or ap only for pratipadikams, to take feminine nouns or adjectives. So there will be only hal. So these, this is the parasmai padam, prathama purushasya ekvachanam and madhyam purushasya ekvachanam. So it is the third person singular and second person singular, parasmai padam affix, T and C. So nothing to do with that. That's for next year for us, when we learn the Tiganta Prakriya. Okay? So one more time, halantat param, which is what we have right now, is following a consonant ending term. Dirgha yo ni apo. If you have a long ni or ap, which is feminine affix, tadantat param, su ti si ityetat. So su is the pratama ekavachanam in the sup pratyahara, and TC is the prathama purusha ekvachanam and the dvitiya purusha ekvachanam in the ting pratyahara. Apruktam hal lupyate. So the anuvritti of lopaha is coming from up there. So if you look at sutram is 6168, this sutram will be used all the time. Because the moment you have halanta pradipadikam, the moment you talk about prathama ekvachanam, you're going to have pratyaya su. It's going to be aprukta because the u has a it sanya, tasya lopaha. So every time, if you take a word like marut plus su, immediately you'll use the sutram halniyabhyo dirgha suti apruktam hal. So that's it. It'll be done. So it'll be a very common rule which we'll use all the time when we get to the halanta subanta prakriya of the consonant ending pratipadikams. Okay? Just look at the context of this one. This is 6168. Anuvritti of lopa is coming down to that sutram 6168. 6168 is the lopo vyorvali from 6166. Anuvritti of lopa is coming. Then verapraktasya, the aprukta is coming. And actually we don't need that, because again it says apruktam hal is repeated here. So so that is what is coming down there. So now we can use that in sakan plus sa, because this is nakara is a hal. Hal means any consonant, very simple. So we have halantat param. So we have halantat param. We have a aprukta pratyaya, apruktam hal. So then that becomes sakan. That is gone, sakan. So now so far we have done the sapada saptadhyayi karyam. Sapada saptadhyayi karyani samaptani. And now we need only one rule. Ekaha niyamaha apekshate. which is the nalopa pradipadikantасya. You get the word sakhan, ending antyasya nakarasya lopartham. Remove that ending nakara of sakhan. Like in the word like atman becomes atma, rajan becomes raja. Think about a word like rajan, for example. Rajan, just to show that how these two have application in so many places. If you look at the word like rajan, rajan plus su, right? We'll apply these same rules from here. The same rules, which will rajan plus su. We will apply this from here onwards. Once the anangadesha we did from here, it will be the same prakriya for rajan plus su. Will you alone tyat pura upadha? So the rajan, the penultimate will get the upadha sanya. Then we will do the sunapumsakasya, the sa will get the aprukta sanya. I'm sorry, sarvanamasthana of the sarvanamasthana sanya for the pratyaya su. Sarvanamasthana sanya. Sorry for the confusion. And then sarvanamasthane cha sambuddha upadadi become rajan. Once you do rajan, then again the same thing, aprukta ekar pratyaya. So it's aprukta pratyaya, apruktaha. And then hanyabhyo dirgha sutyapuktam hal, sakar lopaha, become rajan. So the same prakriya we'll use in the word like atman or rajan, all these same rules again. Then no lopa pradipadikantасya, which is that if you have pradipadika sanyakam yat padam, tadantasya nasya lopasyat. If you have a nakara, the end of a pradipadikam, that pradipadikam now also has a padasanya by suptingantam padam. Then, or by any means has padasanya. As long as it's padasanya, then you'll take lopaha. No lopa pradipadikantасya. So it doesn't have to be by suptingantam padam. Even the word like rajabhihi, we'll also see the it has the padasanya by some other rule. We see that, and then it also will be taken the nakar lopa there also. So now what do we have? We have sakhan. This nakara came as an adesha for the ikara of saki. So it is a pradipadika nakaraha. And because of suptingantam padam, I think 1414, this has now a padasanya. Even though that pratyaya sakara has taken lopaha, pratyaya lope pratyaya lakshanam, lakshanam is still, the pratyaya is still there. It leaves a mark behind, which will allow us to make the padasanya. Tena padasanya samavati. It can make padasanya. Okay, let's look at these two sutras which are important, which I just mentioned, is pratyaya lope pratyaya lakshanam and suptingantam padam. So one is, of course, in 1.4, suptingantam padam is anything ending, any term ending in one of these 21 subaffixes or the 18 thing affixes. So the subaffix, of course, are defined in 412, which you already have studied. The thing affixes are defined in 3478, which you see later on. So, and every word has to end in one of these two. There's no choice. So that's why when I said earlier in the class, apadam na pravinjita, should not use anything which is not a padam in this language. And so padam means suptingantam. Suptingantam padam is what to be used. So I think 1.4.14 suptingantam padam. So anybody in the class, just since you have some time today, which sutram of Panini has been violated? Actually, we don't studied that. Okay, we'll leave it for time being. Suptingantam padam. No, we have studied that. I'll take it back. So 1.4.14 in this sutram. In the sutram itself, there is something which has not, sandhi karyam has not been done properly. Which one is that? Oh. In suptingantam padam, there is a problem. Okay, Karthik has it. Ravi, you should know. Ravi, how are we doing there?
Satishji, is it Namo Hraswadachi Gamun Nityam?
Very good. Namo Hraswadachi Nyamun Nityam. Like we have seen before, because this should be suptingantam padam, suptingantam. Because the nakara is a nyam pratyahara. Nyam is what, if you look at our document, is nyam, nga, na, nam. So nga, the ka varga panchama, or the ta varga na, ta varga na. So nyamo raswad is following a raswa, ach. So the ting. So tingantam. What I'm talking about is suptingantam. In the tingantam, in the sutram itself, we are inside the sutram itself. The Panini sutram is the ting plus. Of course, this is in a in a compound, but it doesn't matter. This still has the padasanya. So tingantam, tingantam. It should have given us, normally should have given us like this, should have given us the ting, and then you have to have the nyamut agamaha. So tingantam become like this. So tingantam padam. Tingantam. So tingantam. What number is that, Ravi? Any guesses?
No idea, Satish.
It'll be where? It'll be in the Padasya Adhikara, right?
Yeah, Padasya, yes.
It goes from 8.1 about 16 to 8.354. And this is towards the end of that, I think 8.330-ish maybe somewhere. So the Nyamorasvadachi Nyamun Nityam. Nyamorasvadachi Nyamun Nityam. In fact, the interesting thing is that Pani says Nityam also, he says. Nityam iti uktam sutre. Tathapi saha niyamaha na adriyate atra. So here it is, I think 8.332. I think what this might mean, this is my own meaning now when I ikoyanachi also, yes, thank you. Ikoyanachi, same thing. So I think what this might mean, and this is my own thought, okay, so I should tell you honestly, this is my own. Idam maya chintitam, so pramanikam nasti. Nityam means that even though yadyapi ayam niyamaha ashtadhyayam sarvatra nadriyate tathapi nityam tasya prayojanam asti sarvatra anyatra. I think everywhere else besides sutra patha, this should be nityam. So if Pani didn't say nityam, this will become a nyapaka, that it is not nityam. By saying tupsingantam padam, iko and achi and stuff like that, these will become a indication of Panini that this may not be nityam, because the nyamo restadashi nyamo nityam has not been done over here in this sutra. So to avoid that, he puts nityam again in the sutra, even though I violated the rule myself for vispashtartham, so to make it clear for some other reasons he may have. But still, when the language itself, when we use, we have to use nityam only. Nityam only. We have to use. In fact, my favorite shloka in Gita for this one is that Pashyan Shrindvan Sprishan Jigran Nashnan Gachan Sapan Shvasan Parapan Visijan Gundhan Nimishan Napi. I think 5th chapter on, like early on. In I think 2 places we have this one. Nyamo Rasvadachi Nyamun Nityam. So always apply to Gita if you can. And sorry to sidetrack a little bit, sorry. Prasangikam khamyatam. Prasangikam means sidetracking. Khamyatam. So please forgive my sidetracking. Okay, here it is. Pashyan Shrindvan Sprishan Jigran Nashnan. Jigran Nashnan. You see, Jigran plus Ashnan becomes Jigran Nashnan. That's one place, this one right here. Jigran Nashnan. Then Gachan Sapan Shvasan. Pralapan decision Grundhan Nunmission. Grundhan Nunmission. Again the same. Grundhan plus Unmission. Grundhan Nunmission becomes Nimishan Napi is 3rd place. Nimishan Napi. Nimishan in the 3 places in this thing we have this Nyamo Rasvadashi Nyamun Nityam. You should write this next to the shloka in Gita. Write this sutra. Nyamo Rasvadashi Nyamun Nityam. Because you have the Jigran Nashnan, then Grundhan Nunmission, and Nimishan Napi. When you chant this, you should say Nimishan Napi. Don't say Nimishan Napi. That's not correct. Nimishan Napi. Nimishan Napi. Nimishan Napi. That nut agamaha in this case, nyamut in this case, nut has been done to the apipadam. So you should chant Nimishan Napi. Nimishan Napi. Anyway, okay. So this in this Tingantam Padam rule, Panini himself has not used this, but you should test your knowledge like this. The rules which you have learned, you should apply them fearlessly. And then see what apavada they might be, what nyapaka they might be. There might be some other rule, maybe some yakshanam, maybe some vartikam somewhere, or maybe you missed some condition, maybe that you didn't apply. But this is, that's the thing. Yeah, kurvan napnoti bisham. Yes, correct. Thank you. Another place in Gita. Kurvan napnoti bisham. In fact, one thing is that, okay, since Ravi mentioned the example, kurvan napnoti. If the dirgha akaraha follows, so kurvan na apnoti and kurvan apnoti will get the same form. It's a very dangerous rule, isn't it? Because nyamo rasvadashi nyamun nityam. We say kurvan plus apnoti become kurvan napnoti. Kurvan na apnoti. Also we get kurvan napnoti. So nakaraha, so na shabda asti vanava na jnayate. Viparita artha bhavati. Viparita artha, it becomes reverse meaning. If you look at the Taittiriya Upanishad in the last, eta sama gayan naste. Gayan naste. In Taittiriya Upanishad last part. This gayan aste. Gayan naste. In Gita, kurvan napnoti. This kurvan na apnoti. So if you don't know this rule, then you might get the reverse meaning. Reverse meaning. Kurvan napnoti kilvisham. Okay, so suptingantam padam. So it has padasanya. So we can apply our rule which says nalu prajapadikantasya. Prajapadikantasya. So then this ending nakara of sakhan will drop and we get the form saka. So we learn. Let's revise this one more time. Maybe we can do some practice. We have some time left today. So I hope I didn't rush too fast. But the first thing we did today was the Sharpare Visarjaniyaha. Sharpare Visarjaniyaha, which was that if we have the Khar Shar Sanyogaha, Prayana Ksha Shabdaha, which is the Kakara Murdhanya Shakara Sanyogaha. So that's most important example. Then Visarjaniyasya Visarjaniya Adeshaha. So Tasya Sampurnam Ucharanam. So and take it like Rishayaha Kshina Kalmashaha. So it's like as if like there's a virama over here, the same way to pronounce that. That's the first thing we saw today. Then to derive the form of Saka, we required how many rules? About like 8 rules we had. But first the rule we need to apply was this Anangsau. If you look at all the domains of all these rules, so which rule was only Sakhi specific? Sakhi Vishayam Sutram Ekameva Anangsau. Everything else has much bigger domains. This is a specific rule is Anangsau. If you're reading a commentary or something, they'll just say Anangsau iti Anangadeshaha. So Shesham it is Samanya Karyam Shesham. It is all the yeah, thank you Ravi. It's Namaha Kshatrabhyaha in Gita. Namaha in Rudra Patha. It is Namaha Kshatrabhyaha. This rule comes there. This also comes if anybody chants the Shiva Mahimna Stotram, Namaha Kshodhishtaya, Kshodhishtaya. I mean, Shivaratri, if you go to temple, you might listen to this, you might hear this. Kochit Shruyate, Shiva Mahimna Stotram. This is also a very good stotram, by the way, learning Vyakaranam. Some good commentaries on that. Namaha Kshodhishtaya. So Namaha Kshodhishtaya. The Sharpare Visarjaniya. Okay, Anangsau is the only one sutram which we saw today, which was Sakhi Vishayaka Sutram. Only for the word Sakhi. Any sutram, know the domain that you're in. How big is this domain of this sutram? What condition does it apply to? Because if you look at the vritti, it's Sakhyu Angasya. So Kevala Sakhyu Angasya. Ekamata Shabdasya. Only for one single term. Sakhyu Angasya Anangadeshu Asambuddhav Sau. So that is the rule. And then we encountered the Paribhash Alontyasya, which you already had before. You need Apavada for that, because we had Alontyasya was fine, but then we had Anekashis Sarvasya. That would have spoiled the whole thing. So because this Anang is, after removing it letters, it is no, Anekaladesha. To replace the entire Angam. So we got Nitya as an Apavada for the Anekashis Sarvasya. Anekashis Sarvasya is 1155. Nitya is Apavada, Purastad Apavada. Normally Apavada comes below the Sutra. But sometimes you have Purastad Apavada for the Anuvritti, Suvidhartham. If you look at it very quickly, we'll look at that, because we have 1152 is Alontyasya. And following that, we have Nitya right below that, because we want the Antyasya, the Anuvritti, to come down from there. The 1152, sorry, I'm in wrong place. You have to be in that place. Okay, Alontyasya 1152. Nitya, because again we have Antyasya Anuvritti, which is required here. And it's a Purastad Apavadaha for the Anekashis Sarvasya. This was going to come, and so Anekal Adesha, Nit Adesha Anekalapi, Antyasya Alaha Sthane Bhavati. So we will use that, and we made the Anangas and Adesha only for the ending E, is the Antyasya Ikarasya Sthane for the Sakhi Shabda. And we got Sakhan. Now we want to do the upadha dirgha now. We want to define a couple of sanyas. One is upadha sanya, antyad, alontyad pura upadha. Penultimate letter is called upadha. Very simple, straightforward in English. So the penultimate letter is called upadha. And then we defined what is the sarvanama sthanam. Sarvanama sthanam is sanya for the pratyaya, which says that sudana pumsakasya. So sud anapumsakasya. So su out, just out. In fact, now you can see the prayojanam for that takara as an it in out. See, normally when we have the some it visheshanartham, then you might start thinking that that takara might be used to distinguish the prathama divachanam from the dvitiya divachanam. Su out, just out. So maybe the out has different forms than the au of the prathama. The Panini can use the takara of the out to say that some operation happens only for the out, not for the au of the prathama. But that is not. That is at least this sutram is telling us that the takara is for the pratyahara karanartham. It is for the made pratyahara sut. So su, and also tells you one more thing by the way. Pratyahara is not only in Mahasha Sutrani. Sutra parte api. You can see the pratyahara drishyante. So you can see the sangshepa karanam. So we have the sut is only su, or just out. It's not only, of course, we have the Mahasha Sutrani, ach, hal, al, all these. But here also we have like sup, ting, sud, all of these. So the first 5 in the non-neuter, the pratyas get the sanyas sarvanama sthanam. We use those 2 sanyas to apply the rule sarvanama sthane shasam buddhau. This is for in nakaranta pratipadikam now. So we kind of changed, a little bit change happened here. We had the pratipadikam sakhi ending in e, but now we made the ananga adesha, it became sakhan. So adesha anantaram sakhan iti rupam jatam. It becomes sakhan. So now we use all those rules which you need for the nakaranta pratipadikam now. So this is what you might also find a little bit strange, by the way. When you go to Rajan Shabdaha now, after a few weeks, hopefully we'll get there, then we will require no new rules to derive from Raja. You're thinking, how come we require no new rules? There's a new pratipadikam Rajan ending in na. But because somewhere else prior to that, we ended up with a nakaranta pratipadikam by some means, by some adesha or something. So that looks a bit strange in Siddhanta Kaumudi. Because how come there are no, because if I go to Rajan Shabda, the first nakaranta Shabda when I take pratipadikam, I expect to see new rules there, to derive the form Raja. But they are not there. They said, what is happening here? Because, they had been taken up before only. Because under some circumstance, something became nakaranta by an adesha, and then they were used over there. So get used to that. So don't be completely confused if you don't see new rules in an expected new place. So it's apekshita sthane, even if they are not there, it doesn't matter. They probably came somewhere else. Okay, so namastame chasam buddhau. So nakarantasya upadhayaha, angasya upadhayaha, dirgha becomes dirgha adesha. Asam buddhau sarvanamastane. So from that we made this nakara purvati akarasya dirgha adesha became sakhan plus su. Of course, upadesha in nasika it, the only the sakara vashishyate. And then we define what is aprukta ekal pratyaha. Ekal pratyaha, so aprukta sanya syat. So then we got the aprukta sanya for that sakaraha. Why do we need that? Because aprukta means unmixed, unjoined, means single. Single letter affix is called aprukta. Because we need this to apply hanyabhyo dirgha suti apruktam hal, out of which we only use a small part of that today, which is halantam. When you have a halantat param ending in a hal, term ending in a hal, then or the dirgha ni ap, which we don't have today. Suti, see, we only have the pratyaya su right now. So and the su is always aprukta because the u is an it. Then hal lupyate, this consonant is dropped. So we had sakhan plus sa, it became sakhan. And finally, this finishes the sapasapta jhaikaryam nalapa pratipadikanta, which is 8 to 7. Nakara of the pratipadika nakara when we have, if it is at the end of a padam, then that nakara drops, became saka. Saka. Okay, now we saw many rules today. How many rules we had today? Actually, we had 86. We have 9 rules today, but I think we went pretty fast because we had some sannyas, we had paribhasha. We didn't have to stop at every step. We got the form saka. So next time we will complete this sakhi shabda. Maybe take prati shabda also, then move on to something else. Move on to the next one. See, as I said to you, in the Siddhanta Kaumudi, is what we're basically doing here, is that it has the ajanta pullinga prakaranam, halanda pullinga prakaranam, ajanta sealinga prakaranam, halanda sealinga prakaranam, ajanta napumsalinga prakaranam, halanta napumsalinga prakaranam. So basically, vowel ending masculine, consonant ending masculine declensions, then vowel ending feminine, consonant ending feminine, vowel ending neuter, and consonant ending neuter. So right now we are, and within that we go in the Mahasha Sutra Anukramena. So we got Gokhanda Mahasha Sutrani. So we are doing and. So we are right now in the Ikaranta Pradipadikam. Of course, the same rules we use for Guru Shabda and Hari Shabda also. So like in Rama Shabda, we require so many rules. We got so many rules now, but when we go forward, it'll be much faster. So let's do some abhyasa. We have some time, so we have about 20 minutes left. Let's see. Now what we'll do is let's try something new. Let me take the third adhyaya. Maybe we can take our third or fourth adhyaya. We can try to apply the rules that we have learned. Let's take fifth, sixth adhyaya. A lot of good rules over there. So you can tell me any rule that you know so far. Let's see. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. I don't think rule is there. Bhagavan, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha is what we have. Let's take the next rule. And anybody in the class can tell me any rules that you know in this shloka. Can anybody tell me? Let's start with Vasu. Give him a chance. Vasu is there. Vasu, what do you? You want to do something? It's easy one for you. Anashitas karma phalam. Anashitas. What is the rule applying the anashitas? Das karma phalam.
I don't see the screen, but.
Oh, you don't see the screen?
No.
The Gita, you don't see the 6th chapter for? I'm seeing it here on my thing.
Yeah, now I see.
Okay. Anashitas tas karma phalam is sakaraha.
Sasajushoruhu.
Sasajushoruhu. Then that is what that number is, the 8266 Sasajushoruhu. Following that?
Karavasanayor Visarjaniya.
Karavasana Visarjaniya, because the kakar is a kar letter. Following that, we could have had, we have the kupoho kaffaucha. Could have had the jivhamulya atha visargaha.
Kupoho kaffaucha.
So that would have been 2 sutrams. We applied 3 sutras. So this is what you have to practice. Keep on practicing all these rules. So what Vastu said was that, so all these rules are in Tripadi. Tripadi sthani sutrani. So this is Trini sutrani. Sasajushoruho. Karavasana Visarjaniya. Even though they're simple rules now for you, I know I understood, but and then Kuppo Kaffaucha will be make it into a Vikalpena Jivhamulya Adeshaha. Anashitah Karma Phalam Athva Anashitah Karma Phalam. They have two forms. So 8266 is a very, very common sequence of all of you now, right? This is 8266. So they call it Rutta Visarga. Rutta Visarga. Rutta means you get the ru-ness. You get the Ru Adesha, Sasajushoru 8266, and then 8315 Karavasana Yor Visarjaniyah. And after that, you had the Visarjaniyasya Saha, would have been but then the Apavada for that is the Kuppo Kaffaucha. If you look at 8337 is because Visarjaniyasya Saha also comes Kari Parasaha. That also would have come. But if you look at 8337, let's go. I hope you can be using the vritti also you can read and make sure you understand the vritti also is a good thing to practice. With any sutram that you apply, try to read the vritti and make sure that all conditions are satisfied and you understand what you're applying. Because many times you'll find out there's something or the other is not being satisfied. So sutrasya praptir nasti. Doesn't apply. So let's see what 37 says. So kavarga pavargayoho paratah visarjaniyasya yatha sankham this kuppau iti etau adesha bhavatah. Then chakarat visarjaniyascha. So this is what is coming down. Now, when apavada means that, it should be a subdomain. This also highlights one more thing, that visarjaniyasya saha is a purvavarti sutram in the tripadyam. Tripadi is a purvavarti sutram. So because of the purvatra siddham, this sutram should not even be looked at, because visarjaniyasya saha should have applied here. But when apavada vishaya asti chet, if you start doing that, then kuppoha kafpocha will have no chance. Visarjaniyasya saha khari paratah, we can do that. Then this one is saying only kuppoho and khari also. This only applies for the ka, kha, pa, pa. So it's a subdomain of the visarjaniyasya saha domain. So this has to be given a chance in a small domain. Otherwise, it will not get a chance. So that is why this ends up overruling the visarjaniyasya saha. Even though in the Tripadi, this is an earlier rule, visarjaniyasya saha should not be seeing kuppocha, but it does see that because an apavada for that. This is one of the lesson for us to learn, is that even in the Tripadi, even though we have purvatra siddham, still the apavada has to be given a chance. So anyatha it will not have charitartha. Charitartha is application. It will have no application. So that's 37 applies only ka, pa, atva, pa, pa, pare. Only these. So it will not, it will be take that one. Because if you look at, again, going back to the vritti, let's see the vritti. Because visarjaniyasya yatha sankham. So that is what. So the sakara never came. Okay. So let's see. Can we do some maybe example from the Suvanta Pratyaya? Let's see. Karoti yaha sasanyachi cha yogi cha niragnir. How about this? Niragnihi. Niragnir. Niragnis. Niragni is a pratipadikam. It's a bahuvri actually. One without an agni. So niragnis. So here only niragni plus su, and there's nothing special here. Just upadishana nasika it. And niragnis sasajushoruho niragnir. So nothing special here. Let's see, maybe we can take the next rule, see if we can find some interesting example. Yam sannyasam tipparahur yogam tam vidyapando nisankalpo yogi bhavati kaschana. Okay. How about the form kaschana? Let me try Vasudha. Kaschana. Vasudha?
Namaste Satish ji.
Namaste Uchyatam. Sutram Uchyatam atra.
Okay.
Kas.
Kaha plus.
Kas. Pratamata kas.
Kas. Okay. Kas means sasajushohoruhu.
Sasajushoruhu.
Then karavasanayoho visarjaniyaha.
Tatpurvam upadeshanunasika.
Upadesho achanunasika it tasya lopaha adarshanam lopaha.
Adarshanam lopaha. Very good. Sadhuktam. And then tatpaschat karavasana visarjaniyaha. Tatpaschat kaschana. So I need to get that sakara again. Shakara. Sakara adesha. Tatpaschat shutvena.
Shutvam.
Shutvam. Shakara adesha. Pratamata sakara adesha kartavya.
Okay.
Kena sutrena bhavet. Which sutram would apply for that?
Shutvam. Stos chunasyuhu.
No, pratamata sakara adesha. Sampratam sakara nasti. Sampratam visarga asti.
Visarga, okay. Rutva visarga, okay.
Tatpaschat
sakara adeshaha. Tat sakara
kena sutrena sakara adesha bhavati.
Kena sutrena visarjaniyasya saha.
Visarjaniyasya saha. Khari pare. Visarjaniyasya saha khari.
Khari pare.
Sakara adesha. Tatpaschat stohoshchunashchuho. Okay, very good. So we'll for the whole class, what she did was that we had kas plus chana, it is sasajushoruho, karavasanayor visarjaniyaha, visarjaniyasya saha, which we just saw over here. Of course, the first two rules, you already know the first two rules, 8266, 8315. Visarjaniyasya saha is 8334, that's khari parataha. And then finally, she did the sakarasya talavishakayashaha, that is the stoho shunashchuho, 8440. Soshanastu. The dental is weak because the chakara is falling. That's the talavya chakara. That's sanyogena sakarasya talavya shakaradisha. Stoshanastu. 8440. Okay, we got some practice there. Let's go on. Let's see if we can find some. How about this one? An easy rule. Let me see if Nagaraj can do this for me. Simple rule. I think he do it. Nagaraj, right there. Maybe who can do it for this? Maybe Vasu can do. Vasudha can do. Of course, Karthik can do. Okay, let me see. Try somebody else. Hari can do. Radha can do this one. Radha, you there?
Yes, Satiji.
You have tam plus vidhi. So what is the sutram here? Tam plus vidhi.
Monuswaraha.
Monuswaraha. What is the condition for that?
Hali parataha.
Hali parataha. And any makara will become anuswara or no?
Any? No, only makara.
Makara. But what is the other condition? So pratyekasya makarasya hali parataha anuswaradesha bhavati. Take a word like gamyate. So why not in that example gamyate? It's hali parataha.
Padantasya.
Padantasya. So padantasya makarasya hali parataha anuswaradesha syat. Okay, so they get tam vidhi, and then after that there would have been a vaikalpika parasavarnaha. Anuswarasya parasavarnaha. So you become tam vidhi or tam vidhi. So you became anuswara or the vam adesha. What number? Where will that be? See, the monuswara is in 8-3. I think 8-3-23 is monuswara. Monuswara is 8-3-23 is monuswara. And then, but then towards the end of 8.4, so samapti samipe, at the end of Ashtadhyayi, this comes the anuswarasya yai parasavarna, then vapadantasya. So vapadantasya, you have two forms. You will get anuswara atva vam adesha. Tam vidhi. So vapadantasya. These are all sandhi rules, but practice them. They are. Let's try to do one. Let's see if we can get a subanta example here. Arurukshor. Okay, let's try this one. Arurukshor muner yogam. So arurukshu pratipadikam. Arurukshu. So arurukshor muner yogam. So can you do a survey for the class?
Yes, I can try.
Arurukshu.
Nas.
Nyas pratyah. Shashti ekvachanam.
Shashti. So first we get gher niti. Oh.
So first ghi sanya, right?
Ghi sanya. Shesho ghi sakhi.
Shesho ghi sakhi. So shesha means what there? So
Shesha
padena kimapritam. Sakhi varjam. But rasva ikarant ukarantantam yathu nadi sanya na bhavati. It should be ending in short e or u and doesn't have nadi sanya. That will get the and not sakhi also. If all is satisfied, then you get the ghi sanya. So in arurukshu, this is qualifying the munehe. It's an adjective actually. It's qualifying the munehe. We don't have any nadi sanya over here. This only comes in the feminine anyway. So this arurukshu now gets the ghi sanya. Then gher niti. Where would that number be? Gher niti. Roughly. Nashtadhyay.
Maybe 7 something.
Very good. 7. It's not a pratyaya adesha. It's not 7-1. It's 7-3. 7-3. Under supicha sutram. Supicha. That supicha is around 7-3. I think 110 is it? Here it is. Supicha is 7-3-101. I think 102. Below that, all this angakaryam is there for this subandha prakriya. And here it is rasvasya gunaha gher niti. So arurukshor, when we made arurukshu and then guna adesha alonjasya. So we got aruruksho and plus nyas. Okay, and what's the next step after that?
Then nyasina soscha.
Nyasina soscha is if you have the pura paryoho eka adesha. So if you have the akara of nyasi or nyas, in this case we have the pratyaya nyas. And if you take between that akara and this ending ing, there's an ekadesha of the pururupam, which is the ing. So where will that be?
It should be in that section for eco energies. After
So puraparayo ekampu eka puraparayo adesha. That starts from 6184. And then one more thing is that amipurvaha is from there, from the sutra amipurvaha, anurti of purvaha comes. That's around 61, I think 107. So we are still beyond 61, 110 or so, I think. So this is how you can practice Ashtadhyay numbers. It's a nice game. So as Ravi said, because the Ekaha Pura Parayoho, so first we have Samhitayam. Samhitayam starts from 6172. Then we have the 6184 is the Ekaha Pura Parayoho. We have to have Samhita. You have to have the Eka Pura Parayoho. Then below that we have the Amipurvaha, Purva, Rupam Ekadesha. Then Engaha Parantadati, Nyasina Soscha. So Engaha, following Eng, which we do have, because Aruruk show that O is an Eng. Following that we have the Akara of Nyasi or Nes. Then Pura Parayoha Ekadesha is Pura Rupam. So we got, so just for the benefit of the class, we'll put this in the, so we had Aru, Ruk, Ksho, after we did the Gher Niti. So Gher Niti, which we already did, and then we had the Pratyaya Nyas Anu Lashakvatajite, Us, and that will give us the, between this Okara and the Akara over here, we get the Ekadesha Purupam. So it becomes Aru Ruk Shos, and then of course Rutta Visargaha. So we get Aru Ruk Kshoho, Ruk Shoho. So sequence for the main sutram here was Gher Niti, and after that Nyasina Soscha. This is how you practice. Thank you. So let me put the numbers here if you want quickly. The Nyasina Soscha was 61110. And the Gher Niti was 7310. Nyasina Soscha. Sorry, Gher Niti. 111. So 73111, and then we had the 61110. 73111. So this was because of the 73111 Gher Niti. And this one was because of the 61110 Nyasina Soscha. Even before that, we want the Gisanya. What number is that? Ravi, what do you think, roughly? Gisanya. 1.4, the beginning. 1.4. Because it's in this first chapter, right? So it is Sanya Prakaranam. It's chapter 1. Also, as I mentioned, it will not be in 1.3. 1.3 doesn't have Sanyas. It doesn't have any Sanyas. So it's either 1.1, 1.2, or 1.4. Yes, Vasu? Vasu?
Sadeshji.
Yes.
The one line before here, ting plus antam. Ting nandam antam.
Tingantam. That's why when you use, there should have been the form by using that nyamo rasvalachi nyamunityam. If you had used that, you got tingantam. But that's what is not being used in the sutra.
Okay.
So that was which is not followed by Panini in that sutram. Suptingantam padam. Okay, let us see. We have maybe like just 2 minutes left. We take one more Subandha example. From now on, so Karthik is going to email to the whole group every day one simple example. Simple, maybe 1 or 2 rows. Like this one would have been like this one, for example. Aruruksho ho. Arurukshu plus pratyanyas. Namilu lashakvatadjite. Navibhakto tu smaha. Sakarasi sanyanasti. So become anubandha lopa. Only the na adi na is an it. So arurukshu plus us. Then the gis shesho gisakhi. Get the gisanya for the pradipradikam. And then following that Gher Niti. Following that Nyasina Soscha. And of course Rutta Visarga after that. So this is the one example like this for today. Everybody will get one example. So please try to practice and follow. Because he's going to put a lot of effort to put his example to everybody. And of course, if you have any discussion, any questions, please ask. And of course, any typos, of course, we'll ask. So thanks, Karthik. And Ravi will check that also. So if there are any questions. So you'll get between now and the next class, you'll get 14 examples. I think some he might keep simple, some of them, like, Iko and Achi type examples, or Adgunaha, or Ichoyavayavaha. Maybe half of them, or maybe, we'll keep more. So, but as we go along, we'll make them slightly more difficult. So, at least the easy ones you should be able to practice on your own, okay? So, this is going to be useful. Let's take one last example, then we will stop. Let me see if I can find one quick one for us. Okay, how about a simple one? Yoga rudhasya tasyaiva. Yoga rudhasya. Let's see. Ramakrishna, are you there? You can help us out maybe. Yoga rudhasya. I think he's joining from India, maybe. He may not be there. Okay, Ramakrishna. Okay, how about let me try this one. Purnima, are you there? Yoga rudhasya. No, maybe she's not there. Okay. Who wants to try this? Raise your hand. Who wants to try this? Yoga rudhasya. Because yoga rudha satya is nyas. And who can do this sya adesha for me? Because the yoga rudha like ramasya. Okay, Karthik of course knows. Anybody else in the class? Anybody else in class? Vasu can do this. So Vasudha can do this. Let's see who knows sutram. Let's Vasudha sutram uchyatam. Yoga rudhasya. Yoga rudha plus
Yoga
nyas.
rudha plus nasi.
No, nyas. Shashti ekvachanam. Nyas.
Sasti ekavachanam. Okay, so one second.
Tasya sthane sya adeshaha apekshitaha. So in the place of nyas, we need to make a sya adeshaha.
So
kena sutrana bhavet. By which sutram can we make the adeshaha?
Okay, so Ramasya.
Ramasyavat. Ramashabdavat. Vasu? Sutram uchyatam. Let me see who is there. Who can give me?
I think we get three things. I'm not getting it.
All right. Let's, in fact, you know what? Let's. Praptam. Tanyasina inatsya. Tanyasina inatsya. Adanta dangat. So when you have adanta mangam, yoga rudha iti atobhisa is. Atobhisa iti sutra atah iti anuvartate. Anuvritti of atah is coming down. So you have to make sure you have that. Yoga rudha adanta mangam. Tat paschat nyas iti sthane sya adesha bhavati.
Rama plus, sorry, what is the
Ramasya.
one?
So yoga rudha tasya anekashit sarvasya.
Anekashit sarvasya.
So because this here anekal adesha.
Yatha sankhya manudesha samana.
Correct. Yatha sankhya manudesha samanam. It's 3 by 3. So cha nyasi nyasam in atsyaha. So trayah sthaninaha trayah adesha api. So the 3 terms and they're being substituted by 3 terms. So respectively. So ta sthane ina, nyasi sthane ad, nyas sthane sya adesha bhavati, adanta adangat. So following a short or ending pratipadikam. What number will that be, Vasudha?
That will be 7th, definitely replacement. 7, 1, 12 or something. 7, 1, 12 or 13.
Very good, because the pratyaya adesha labhyante saptamasya adhyayasya prathamasya padasya purva bhage pratyaya adesha labhyante. So all the pratyaya adeshas are seen in the first part of 7.1. And there, in the beginning itself, you'll see this atobhisa is will come, and then below that will come, somewhere below that will come, is atobhisa is in 9, and dvadasham sutram is tanyasina saminasyaha. The word sutram is also pullinga shabda and napustilinga shabda api. So sutra iti vaktum shakyate, sutram iti vaktum shakyate. Sutram atvaha sutraha. So this is the 7, 1, 12 tanyasina sam. So we'll stop with this. Some yoga rudhasya. Let's put in document, then we'll stop with that. So please practice. And now thanks to Karthik, we'll all have a lot of practice also. But in addition to that, you can put your own example, by the way. Somebody wants to add to Karthik's example, you can do that also. Okay, thank you, Radha. I got the number 7, 1, 12. If you want to put your own example on back of that, of what Karthik is putting, You can add your own to that and post it back to the group. One example if you want to put. Only one per day for any person. Only one per day. You can put one example per day, anybody. Okay? So, yoga arudhasya. Yoga rudha. Yoga arudha. Pratya is yes. And that became, yoga rudha. Dirgha ukaraha. Doshaha ma bhuta. Yoga rudha. Yoga rudha plus Pratya is nyas. Pratya is nyas. And that became sta nyasi nyasam. Yoga rudha. Paraya adhika dosha bhavanti. You make haste, more errors you make. So yoga rudha. Okay, I finally got it right. So then we make it into yoga rudha sya. Tanyasina sam inatsyaha. I think 7-1-12. Tanyasina inatsya. Yatha sankham. Okay. I stay back for questions. We'll come back in 20 minutes for Ramayanam. And I stay back for questions. Ramo Rajamanis Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Bhaje Ramena Vyata Nishachara Chamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Raman Nasti Paranam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham Rame Chittale Sada Bhautame Bho Rama Mamuddhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattuliyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Nama Varanana Onnama Iti. Okay, Kailash